Welcome to this episode of Spacecraft Guide, the channel that describes how the most historic spacecraft work. In this issue of Spacecraft Guide, we are going to work on the lunar module, continuing with panel 12, which is communication, and this issue is going to be going over the VHF alpha switch. So when you click on it, it takes you to the VHF alpha switch page, which is in the communication control subsystem. Now what this switch does is it controls the VHF A radio. When you put it in TR, which stands for transmit receive, it enables routing received VHF alpha audio to headset amplifier and microphone amplifier outputs to VHF alpha transmitter for transmission. Vox keying voltage is routed to VHF alpha transmitter. Okay, in off it inhibits routing VHF A transmitter and receiver outputs through the commander's audio center. It shuts off VHF A on that side. In receive, it enables routing received VHF alpha audio to headset amplifier. So the only thing you can do is listen. You can't listen and talk, but does more than off, which turns the whole system off. If we scroll down here, look at the schematics, we see over here the VHF A switch. Now this is what the picture looks like. This is what the schematic looks like. There's the ground, that's to off. Now we're going to start a little different. We're going to start on receive because it's easier. So that's receiving all the messages. Come through this here, that goes up to this diode switch. Okay, and that diode switch leads us into this setup here, voice for astronaut headset. So we're only talking about listening. We're going to have the headset amplifier here, then goes through the commander's, or it could be the lunar module or lunar pilot's master volume control. So it comes in through the amplifier. You can make it louder or softer, and then it comes over here, which can go up to the normal, and that goes to the voice to commander's headset, and down here goes to voice to lunar module pilot's headset. BU, of course, is backup, and that's the backup for it. So that's what that receive does. Now let's look at TR, or transmit receive. That comes up over here, part of it breaks off, goes into the diode switch here, which is also where the receive goes. So that's the receive side, comes up here and goes to the headset. The other part comes all the way down here to TR enable, goes to the diode switch, to the pad, to the VHF voice to transmitter. So that's where you're going when you're talking. It does both. So little complicated, but if you follow the lines, you can get to exactly how the system works. That's all for this week. If you would like to use this interactive virtual reality exhibit on the command module, the lunar module, and the surface of the moon, just go to our Patreon page, and the link will be down below.